Never write Lewis Hamilton off. That is the warning from Toto Wolff, the man who knows him better than almost anyone in Formula One. And when Wolff speaks about Hamilton, the paddock listens, because history shows he's almost always right. 14 rounds into the 2025 season, Hamilton's Ferrari dream looks more like a nightmare. No podiums, no breakthroughs, a painful 42-point gap to Charles Leclerc, who already has 5 podiums, and Ferrari's only pole position of the year in Hungary. Meanwhile, Hamilton crashed out of Q2 that weekend, finishing only 12th, before publicly tearing himself apart in front of the cameras. He called himself useless. He even told Ferrari maybe they should change driver. And then, in a moment that stunned fans and journalists alike, when asked if he would race at Zandvoort after the summer break, Hamilton replied, "Hopefully I will be back." Not the words of confidence, not the voice of control, but of doubt. It was exactly the kind of statement that fuels speculation. Is Hamilton regretting leaving Mercedes? Did he make a mistake walking away from the team that gave him 6 of his 7 world titles? The whispers began immediately, but then came Toto Wolff, and his response was crystal clear. Speaking to Channel 4, Wolff reminded everyone of a truth people often forget: Hamilton is never finished. "I've always said," Wolff explained, "on a good weekend, Lewis is still an absolutely dominant guy. He's also been strong in the second half of the season, so never write him off." And Wolff isn't just being sentimental. This is a man who has seen Hamilton's career up close, season after season. He knows the pattern. When Hamilton is cornered, when the pressure builds, when the critics sharpen their knives, that's when Hamilton finds another gear. It's a trend that defined his Mercedes dominance, and Wolff believes it's still alive today. But the Hungary outburst raised another question. Is Hamilton simply being brutally honest, or is this theater, a tactical move to shake Ferrari awake? Wolff downplayed the drama, saying it was simply Lewis wearing his heart on his sleeve. And then he delivered the line that cuts through all the noise. He's the GOAT, and he will always be the GOAT. To Wolff, Hamilton's emotional explosions aren't a sign of weakness. They are part of who he is: the perfectionist, the relentless competitor who demands the best from himself and everyone around him. Yes, sometimes that spills into despair, but Wolff insists the fire is still there. And that brings us to the bigger picture. 2026. The sport is heading into a seismic reset: new chassis, new engines, new energy management systems. The Formula One we know today will look completely different, and Ferrari, like every team on the grid, sees this as the chance to reset the hierarchy. Wolff believes that's exactly why Hamilton must stay. Lewis has unfinished business in Formula One, he told the media. He shouldn't go anywhere next year. There are brand new cars, completely different to drive. New power units that require intelligence to manage. That's absolutely on for Lewis. And here's my opinion. Wolff is absolutely right. If Hamilton walks away now, he leaves the job incomplete. He left Mercedes to gamble everything on Ferrari, to prove he could do what even Schumacher couldn't: conquer Maranello and take them back to the top. Yes, 2025 has been ugly. Yes, Leclerc has been the star. But history shows Hamilton is defined by how he responds when everything looks lost. Remember 2018 when critics said Vettel had the upper hand? Hamilton crushed him in the second half of the season. Remember 2021? When Verstappen looked unstoppable, Hamilton dragged it to the wire, delivering one of the greatest title fights ever seen. That's why Wolff's words carry weight. Right now, Hamilton looks broken, Ferrari looks fragile, and the dream looks far away. But as Wolff warns, don't count him out, because the second half of this season could be where Hamilton shows his fight. In 2026, that might be his ultimate chance to rewrite history and finally capture the 8th crown. Does he still have it? Wolff was asked. His answer was simple. He definitely has it. And if Wolff is right, Hamilton's story at Ferrari isn't collapsing. It's only just beginning.